Welcome to Kill the Bottle Podcast.
God damn
Eddie
it.
Zamora, a.k.a. the Yum Yum Foodie. Megan, I caught Megan because I was in the middle of pouring her some
I was
rum.
trying to sneak in a go.
And I was like, it's so good. And I saw her press the record button. I'm like, I got you, motherfucker. Don't try to catch me in some shit.
I tried to catch you.
Yeah, you try to catch me in some shit. Kill the Bottle Podcast, that's a bottle sliding across the table because we are at Megan's home.
What?
Well, let's be real. This is downstairs from Megan's home.
This
but
is a little creepy. Do you see like how this is like a cubby they put in here?
It
This
is.
like
I feel like I'm in a Japanese pod hotel.
Yeah,
but
or on a train.
Or on a train. Actually, you're right. It's like a train cart. We are here in Hollywood at Megan's new place, which happens to have some beautiful little
offices and
studios that are perfect for shooting podcasts, I think. Yeah.
Shooting.
Recording, shooting, whatever. You know what I mean?
No, I just wanted you to finish the sentence. You did finish.
Shooting, podcast, recording.
Shooting.
It is Kill the Bottle Podcast. Megan and I are sipping on the rocks, of course, because we're not like complete animals. No, I'm just kidding. It tastes delicious.
I don't even want to be here.
Neat. Megan doesn't even want to be here.
It's my own place.
Yeah. It's like fuck.
Who wanted to do this?
It's like the movie Clerks.
We've
I don't
had
even
a day.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Not even supposed. I don't want to be here.
We are drinking one of the special little barrel-aged Bacardi Ocho Reserva Ocho rums. We're actually drinking the Sevillan Orange Cask Finish. So what does that mean? I'm going to get into it real quick just so you're like, what the fuck is he talking about? Bacardi Ocho Cask Finish. So Bacardi Ocho the Ocho stands for 8 years. That is referring to the youngest rum that's in the bottle. So it's actually a blend of 8 and older rums inside a bottle of Bacardi Ocho. So they blend these rums together. What makes this one a little bit different is that after that 8-year rum is blended together, it is then finished. So it's aged an additional about 3 to 5 months in Sevillan orange wine casks. So in Sevilla, Spain, they drink an orange wine, which is different than the orange wine we drink here in the States that smells like feet. This orange wine is actually a wine that's made from citrus, from oranges, where the orange wine that's made in the States is just orange in color. So people call it orange wine because that's the level of intelligence we have here in the States where we can't actually tell you what it is. We just, it's orange in color. So it's orange wine. In this particular case in Sevilla, Spain, they drink this like sweet, viscous wine made from the oranges of the region. So imagine you drop in some really nice aged rum in those barrels and it pulls some of the citrus notes from it, which is why when Megan tried it, she's like, this is really good because this is like literally it's delicious. And if I was going to make a cocktail with this, I would make probably an old fashioned because old fashioned already has orange in it, kind of a citrus action. This is kind of just going to naturally elevate that cocktail. And I want to say, I mean, pretty much it's a limited edition. So if you want to check it out, it's Total Wine. Total Wine's the place to go if you're going to want to pick up a bottle of Sevillan Orange. Anyway, and I'm done. Hey, Megan.
Hi.
Megan has no voice now because she was hanging out with her parents for a week, and they're fucking party animals.
I was sick last week.
Is that what you call having your parents in town?
You should have heard my voice yesterday. Like it was like it was horrible.
That was me. So I just got back from Miami last night. I was blessed enough to be invited on the MSC World America inaugural cruise. So I was on basically I was the first person to pee or poop in the toilet in my stateroom.
Gross.
Gross. Thank you.
Done without that.
You could have done without that, but I just really wanted to show exactly how new that ship is. That Eddie and my brother George, who was on the cruise with me,
did he go?
George went on the cruise, yeah, and I think I beat him to the bathroom, so I may have been the first to christen the bathroom. But anyway, I just got back from there, and I got back from seeing my poor dad, and I am here, but I lost my voice too. I went to the Marlins game in Miami on, what day was that? The Saturday. Was it Saturday? No, I don't even remember what day it was. Yes, it was Saturday. Sorry, it's been a long week. It was Saturday at Marlins Park. It was the Venezuelan day at the park. So one of the rum brands that I get to work with, blessedly, is Santa Teresa 1796, and they hosted a bunch of like rum event tasting stuff at the park, and then they also had a post like game concert of reggaeton, which was really freaking good. And then I went from there to a restaurant, and then I went from there to a club. And let's just say that there was a lot of yelling and a lot of rum drinking. And Megan, I actually think your voice might be worse than
I know, what happened?
And I fucking lost my voice. I had to record some voiceovers for Instagram, and I was like, I sound like a chain smoker. Yeah. I sound like the old lady.
Try this hotel. It's so good.
That old lady in Beetlejuice that has like the slice in her throat.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I sound like.
Next.
Hello, next. What's where's your handbook for the recently deceased? Anyway, so how was it having your parents here?
It was fine. It was good.
That's it? That's all you got?
I'm really good at podcasting.
Megan, how did it feel to not have me? Because I can tell you the shows that I've done.
That was the best part. I could talk all day. This is amazing. I'm joking.
So C is for the way, U is N.
Ooh, there's a whole thing.
Never. T is for. Anyway,
my last name, which we don't say.
Anyway, it's been weird when I've done, whether I did the show in Spanish, which Megan would really have not enjoyed, except just like the beer that we drank. And
you've done shows alone?
I've done 2
with other. I mean, like not alone, but like solo without me.
Which I've done 2.
Yeah, and I've never thought about it. No, you did like you're on the yachts, and you had like a few.
Oh, that's right. Shit. Yeah. Right.
But I never thought about doing it. And then this has been. I don't want to end the season yet because I have a lot going on in my life towards the end of May, and that's when I would like to end this season and then start again in the summer. So I'm like, we can't end yet. So I was like, shit, I got to do something.
Yeah.
So for the first time I hosted, for the first time I said the words, you haven't listened yet, but for the first time I was like, welcome to Kill the Bottle podcast. Like, even now it sounds weird, doesn't it?
It sounds weird because you're so used to me saying it and then you being like awkward and uncomfortable and not saying anything and being a complete asshole. Like, so this time you actually had to start off.
Kill the Bottle, and my friend made me vodka with grapefruit juice. She's like, which is what you drink at the bar all the time. I'm like, see? And then at the end I was like, make sure you review, subscribe, rate, and I was waiting for my voice to come in and say rate, and it just didn't. It was weird.
Yeah, because it's like you
We've
usually
been doing this for 4 years.
Yeah. And you cut me off and you go rate, review.
Yeah,
you look like somebody with Tourette's. Like you go rate, review,
rate, review. I didn't realize that for 4 years we've been doing this. So it's been the same.
It's a formula. Yeah,
it's been the same for 4 years. So all of a sudden I'm like, welcome to Kill the Bottle podcast. I'm not Eddie. Megan's here.
Well, every the handful of times I've done it with it's every single time it's a different adjustment because you get used to the rhythm of things, and I'm really curious for the folks at home because you get used to a rhythm of things. I listen to a few shows, and the minute that like something is different in the show,
they're like, I wonder how many people turned it off.
No, I never turn it off, but it's just different. I'm always like, whoa, it just feels weird. It's like somebody doing a cover version of a song that I like, and I'm like, I'm going to listen to it all the way through, and I'm like, oh, cool. No, it's different, but I like it. Oh, cool. That's great. I didn't know.
Now that you said that, I do. Why did this come up in my head? This makes no sense. Why am I even saying this? But
you're saying it.
The Departed, the movie, does really terrible covers of Pink Floyd, like during the sex scenes in The Departed.
I love how you know right where the sex scenes and what music is being played.
Pink Floyd, Leonardo DiCaprio, my 2 favorite things in the world, ruining them in each other.
You're already twice the age of anybody he would date. So damn it.
Next time. I'm just saying bad covers.
So where did you go with your parents? Talk to me.
We went to the Avett Brothers at the Greek Theater. Margarita was $56. It was $56.
$56 for Margarita. Was it a whole bottle of pre-batch Margarita?
My dad got a
Was
margarita.
there a woman named Margarita that rubbed your feet while you drank a margarita? No. Was I have nothing else.
Yeah. Margarita at the Greek Theater was $56. And my dad even said to the waitress, he's like, no, I only got one. And she said, I know, honey.
Was it Patron El Alto, which is like
Patron,
$200 a bottle?
El Alto, it's just regular Patron.
I mean, $56
for a margarita, $25 for a tall boy. That's a fucking steak. Go get 2 fucking filet mignons from the grocery store for $25.
Wow, that is insane. And that's, you said, the Greek Theater.
Yeah, the Greek Theater, which I've never been to before, so it was my first time.
I've only been Sorry, I may have been more than once. The only time I remember going to the Greek was a friend of mine invited me within the first 3 years of me living here. I got to go see the Beastie Boys while everybody was still alive at the Greek Theater, and that was fucking great. This sounds like my worst nightmare. Was the show at least good?
The show, Avett Brothers, was really good. I've never been a fan because I guess I've never really listened, but it was really good. It was nice. It was enjoyable.
But fuck, $56 for.
And I guess the tickets were cheap. My parents got them because they really wanted to do it when they came.
It'd be funny if your dad ordered a quadruple margarita and you didn't know, and you're like $56. No, this is actually a deal.
Because he told the waitress, I won't forget this. He's like, I only got one, and she's like, I know.
She's like, I know, but you ordered 4 shots in that one, sir.
I got a shot of tequila to join him because I wasn't going to get a full drink. I just wanted a shot of tequila, and it was $24 for one shot.
That's ridiculous.
It's stupid.
That's stupid. That's stupid, and
it's mean and it's cruel and it's stupid. People are already struggling.
I just think it just deters people from because I think even if you're a shot is, I always anticipate that at a concert it's going to be more. That's fair.
Right.
But let's say you order a shot of a premium tequila.
I would think 12 to 18 is in LA.
At a concert, premium, I would say 15 to 20.
Okay.
To be fair. So.
I got tequila shot, $24.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, if I'm going premium and I'm doing a shot, that's what I'm, for example, not this Bacardi Ocho, but the standard Bacardi Ocho at the Wiltern, which is beautiful venue here in LA. If you're in town
next door to it.
Or from out, Megan, in K-Town, it's right in K-Town. But it is probably one of the coolest concert venues I've ever been to. There's just something very special about that space.
I saw Conan there. I saw Chelsea there. I saw Say Anything there, which the lead singer, that's my favorite band, and the lead singer's just getting divorced right now. So I'm thinking, and he follows me, so I'm thinking
you're going to slide into his DMs?
No, I'm going to give it...
Are you going to KY Lube slide into his DMs?
I'm going to give it a beat. That. He seems a little crazy.
That's so LA. I'm going to give it a beat. That's so
give it a
comedian beat. LA. I'm going to give it a beat.
Am I officially LA now? Am I not Colorado anymore?
Are we not in Hollywood?
We are literally in the middle of Hollywood. We are looking out the window at the middle of Hollywood.
There's probably somebody taking a shit on the sidewalk right in front of where we are.
If you just stand up and look over that little edge.
There's somebody pooing.
Pooing.
That's what I say when my dog goes. Did he give a poo?
No.
Yeah, he gave a poo. All right.
My dog's dead.
Yeah. Well, I know your dog's dead. That's why I don't leave my dogs with your dogs. With your dog.
Which will tie into the last episode if you guys heard it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't ask you to watch his dogs? No, because mine's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. What they don't know is that you killed your dog.
Yeah, you have to, Eddie, at some point.
I mean, lack of love will do that.
No, it wasn't neglect, Eddie.
No? Is weed chocolate being ingested by your dog not neglect?
That wasn't me. It was mushroom.
Mushroom chocolate?
Mushroom, magic mushroom.
Is magic mushroom chocolate being ingested by your dog not neglect? Do we need to unpack that? Or?
I was dating someone. It wasn't me. If I had known he had put that in his backpack. I was dating someone? Robert the fucking KJ, not even a real DJ.
Yeah, but you couldn't even be like, can you not leave your bag on the floor? Can we put it on the dining room table? Can you not?
I lived in a small place. There wasn't really I didn't have a dining room table to begin with.
Can you put this, here's this hook on the wall. Can you hang your backpack?
There was a hook.
Well, there you go. You see? So, #neglect.
Hashtag my dog got into his chocolate. God, that makes me so mad even now. That fucking asshole. You fucking piece of 45-year-old shit.
We're really taking a turn here.
Fuck you. Fuck you. And fuck you. I don't care if you get your toe run over by a fucking semi-truck. I hope it falls off.
Speaking of toes run over, how's your ankle, Megan?
I broke it on the way to our event today.
Megan is such a hypochondriac. She's like, Eddie, I broke my ankle. She has a cut on her ankle.
No, tell them how I told you because I stood there for 20 minutes.
No, you tell them because I can't even.
We had this really nice wine
I don't have it in me.
We've been looking forward to this. It's the middle of the day on a Tuesday. Let's be real. Not a lot of people get to do this, so I'm really excited. I'm really lucky. And I get a Waymo down there.
We are very excited and very lucky.
Didn't I say that?
You said I, but it's okay.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
that's right. I said we.
Wait, no, but it's okay.
I said we the first time, and then I'm very lucky the second time, but not so lucky now. Because I get a Waymo, and the Waymo doesn't go to this place in West Hollywood.
Guys, a Waymo is a driverless Uber Lyft.
And it's my favorite thing in the entire world.
Yeah, if she could marry a Waymo,
I would.
If it had a penis, she would just be on it.
If there was a legal way to marry AI and a car, I would. But it drops you off just a couple blocks down, but it's not just like a block like straight across. This is like one of the steepest hills I feel like in LA. It goes up West Hollywood to Sunset. Or whatever.
That hill's ridiculous.
And that's where it drops you up at the bottom of the hill. So I got a scooter because it would just help me boost up, and it did help me boost up until I parked it on the like the decline, and I got it up and it kind of swung out. That's how steep the decline is. Swung out and hit my ankle, and I tried to play it off like I didn't fall. I was just like, oh my god, that hurt so bad. Oh my god. I parked the thing. I take a picture. It's done. I walk in and I'm standing. I see you at a table. I finally get to you and I'm smiling like a fucking robot, just like
She's very Stepford wife.
And
it was great.
I feel like a trickle coming down my ankle.
I saw said trickle.
Yeah, and I looked at you at some point when you and that woman were done talking, or there was a break, and I said, like, with a smile on my face, I was like, I think I broke my ankle.
The best part is there is like have you ever remember those maps when you were a kid that would show you like the Rio Grande and like, back when we used to care about American history. But when you would see the map and you saw like the river, that's literally what Megan's ankle looked like. It had like a perfect little stream of blood going down the side. She looked like the person in the vampire movie that was bitten
and just
hasn't turned yet.
Not
and
yet.
is trying to hide the fact that they were bitten.
I wasn't bitten
by a vampire.
I wasn't. I scraped my ankle.
Yeah, I scraped my ankle. All of a sudden she starts sweating. Like little by little her teeth start to get pointy on the incisors.
I know, and I was waiting for you to pause because I didn't want to interrupt your conversation and be like, ow!
The best part is I looked at it, I go, what the fuck is going on here? I'm like, I can't take you anywhere.
This is a
Jesus
very
Christ.
nice wine event with like one of the best winemakers in the entire
not
world.
one of the best
right?
wine. Like literally the
best wine.
Well, not as best as can be misinterpreted, but let's say
French,
the most successful winemaker in the world.
Looks like it. And then to top it off,
he's the nicest fucking dude ever.
Nice. To top it off, at some point, because my self-esteem's so low, my ankle's broken. We're talking to everybody. He walks through the lobby.
Oh, this is the greatest moment ever. Hold on. So I don't mind. I'll say his fucking name. Gerard Bertrand, who is he's an icon in the wine industry. Ladies, look him up. Like, you're probably all going to want to put like a picture of him on your wall. He's just a very handsome, I don't know. He's the opposite of a male cougar, I would say. Yeah. Or he's a gilf. Right? I would say that for you. Yeah. And he walks up to Megan, he shakes my hand, and he puts his hand out to shake Megan's hand, and Megan looks at him like a deer in headlights.
No,
like, what is going on?
I know I moved.
You moved out of the way.
I thought he was asking me to move.
You moved out of the way.
He put his hand out like he was going to dart through us.
And
I like looked back, and then his hand was still out. And you were like, no, Megan.
French gentleman is trying to say hello to you, and you're
I'm getting out of the way. I was like, oh. I like grabbed his hand like overly, like, oh my God, thank you so much. But I literally thought he was like going through the crowd because it was a crowd in there. And I thought.
Well, I mean, he's also like the size of an NBA player.
He is. And
he's a tall guy.
And he's very important. So there was no way in hell I thought he'd be shaking my hand. My first thought went to, this nice gentleman wants to get through. And so I was like, oh my God, let me move. And then his hand stood there. And I was like, oh my God, I'm an asshole. Oh my God.
It took you that long to say, oh my God, I'm an asshole?
Well,
I've known you for how many years?
I just told him, I was like, oh, I thought you were trying to get through. I'm Megan. Like, on point.
That was a moment. Yeah, it was.
That's like what we do, though.
It's
there's no other way that could have gone. My first thought was, this man's trying to push through me.
On that note, I do definitely. I have to give a shout out to MSC America. I was super lucky to get invited on the inaugural cruise of this brand new ship. If you're a fan of cruising or not a fan of cruising, huge company. It's family owned. It's the Aponte family and their Italian family, but they own MSC America. Well, sorry. Let me take that. They own MSC Cruises, and then they also own MSC Shipping. So you could just be at the port of Seattle. There's no cruise ships, and you see cargo ships that say MSC on the side. And this is a huge company. And they happen to make these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cruise ships. And they made one that was designed specifically for the U.S. market. Because Europe and U.S., if you've never been between the two, they're very different. If you were designing a restaurant, if you were designing whatever between U.S. and Italy, it would be different. If you were trying to do it right, you would know that there'd be nuances that are going to not make sense for Italians, that are not going to make sense for Americans. Anyway, I go on the USC USC World America, and this ship is fucking spectacular. It's beautiful. It's stunning. But it's the only Italy at sea. Mm-hmm. If for guys who've ever been to New York, LA, Las Vegas, Italy is this most spectacular, like Italian all-in-one, super high-end, but a reasonably approachable market with like gelato, a bunch of restaurants, bars, fresh pasta station. You could buy the pasta and make it at home. Raw bar. Anyway, so I go and I eat on board at the Italy, and fuck, Megan, when I tell you, like, the asshole in me is always like, I want to not like something because I want to find, like, what are they doing wrong? Italy was spectacular. Oh, everything was so fucking good. I was like, okay, this is having been to 3 different Italys. I was like, this is obviously aesthetically it's going to be different. It's much smaller, but food wise, I was like, if I was on this ship, I would be vying to go to this at least once, probably more than once. But those little nuances make me happy because when I was a kid, cruise ships were like a bunch of food and it was all shitty. Yeah. And now I feel like it's not as much food. And that's a good thing. I don't mean that, but I mean, it's not like they're trying to get, you're not walking out of the buffet. You can, but it's just vile. Walking out of the buffet with like 6 lobster tails and like, right. You sound like Jabba the Hutt.
They don't do that.
No. Now it's more about like,
lobster tail, you have to go to the restaurant.
Let's give you some good shit. And this was some bomb shit. And the cocktails were amazing. And I got to go to a speakeasy on the board. But
do they kill you if like you don't get along with that feels like a dangerous thing. If anyone says you're going to a place that no one knows where it really is on a cruise ship, I'm not going to go.
Without saying too much, this is not the kind of speakeasy where you're somebody known on board and you can go. This is completely random. You don't know who's going to get invited. You don't know how you're going to get invited. You get handed a little token randomly. And this token is good for one time on your entire trip. There's like a little barcode. You book a reservation on it, and you go, and that's it. If you don't show up, you can't go back again. If you do not have this token, you can't get in. Doesn't matter if it's just like they won't. It's not going to happen. But I was blown away by it. It was so good. So like literally shout out because I've been on so many cruises and had so many different experiences, and by far, cocktail wise, Italy was probably my favorite dining ever on a cruise. And then the speakeasy was spectacular. But one thing that's always readily available. Have you ever been to like a gin bar? Do you like gin, Migs? I don't know if I've ever talked about this.
I like the smell of it in the morning.
Yeah, I mean but it's usually like it's not. It's usually just poured on you at some point. Your right. Bed just smells like gin.
It's just like the smell of it in the morning.
So I love this. They have a fucking gin bar where this is cool if you're at a regular city, but it just this kind of stuff doesn't happen on a boat. Menu is you pick a style of gin, so like earthy, floral, blah 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 blah. You pick that. Then the next page, it's the gins that fit within each category that you picked. Then the last page, it's the extra botanicals. Do you want herbaceous? Do you want spicy? And then the
dick.
I don't think they have a.
Do they have dick gin?
Spotted dick. I
don't want spotted dick. Do you have a dick gin? That's why I'm not allowed on those cruises. Because you know me, I'd walk right up to the bar and be like, "Excuse me."
You did have that rum in my back bar, Big Black Dick.
Finest dick rum.
I have a rum from the Caribbean called Big Black Dick that I have served to Megan before.
It was all right.
It's fine. You've had better. You're drinking better right now.
Yeah. Can I have some more?
Yeah. Speaking of,
I don't have to drive. You do. So Was it too angry? Too mean?
No, it's just you. It's just you being you.
I'm going to go to bed early tonight. We started drinking at 11 this morning. Let's be real. You did. I was late.
By the way, speaking of dick, pun intended, there's this NBA player named Grady Dick that is the greatest thing in the world.
The announcers are done, right?
They won't even say his name. So imagine you're watching the basketball game, and then you have, the announcers, and they're like, Dick penetrating the boards.
Yeah.
Dick is really hitting those boards hard.
Dick made it in the hole.
That's right. Dick is really deep and grabbing those rebounds.
Yeah.
That is, so now it's gotten to a point where like Shaquille O'Neal will be on the TNT. It's like, I will say, Grady's making the play.
Grady.
It's like the guy's name is Grady Dick.
All right, perverts.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, really?
This is the one time in life we're going to get away with it.
I'm
Just
waiting
let it
until they start
happen.
calling him Grady Richard.
Oh, my God.
That's what I'm waiting.
If I had a son that even looked like slightly athletic, I would change his name right away for announcers. And I would come up with something very clever for the future. Like if my son had any potential to be super athletic, if I had a child, I would right away just legally change their name to like Slob Knob.
Slob Knob. This is wait, what's a male
This is
version?
why I don't have
Magone.
kids.
This is Magone knob polish. He's got a triple double D that is just, he's got 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 15 points, and
There's so many names popping through my mind. It'd be good. I think it'd be good.
I think so. I think you're onto something.
I think I should have kids now.
Just for that, yeah. Why don't you just marry a guy named Dick or whatever? Just get on. I don't know.
I
Fuck, we don't have yellow pages.
Hi.
I like that. That's right. You can't go to the yellow pages anymore and look up all the people with the last name Dick.
And call them and see if they're available.
Yeah, and just be like, hey.
No, I like Slobnob. Terry Slobnob.
Terry Slobnob's a good name. It's a really solid. I mean, it's slippery slope, but it's not. It's still close. I like that.
I'm really holding back. I'm going to hold back.
Why is that?
That's the best question you've ever asked me.
Like, really? Since when?
Why is
I didn't know Skinny Billie Eilish lived in your apartment complex.
It's real.
Sorry. So let's just say Megan and I are like in a petting zoo or in a fishbowl. So it's like a glass on one side, and we just happen to be in front of the communal restroom down here.
But there's
sorry,
three
Billie
offices,
Eilish.
and they're sitting over there.
Hold on. Sorry, Billie Eilish. Not that you're not thin, but this is like anorexic Coachella Billie Eilish just went into the bathroom right now. Yeah, happened. I just saw that person.
It's real.
I love how I put anorexic and Coachella in the same sentence.
That's not real.
It's true. Coachella Billie Eilish is there, but I mean like Coachella in the crowd Billie Eilish, not Coachella on stage. Billie. Girls that want to look like Billie Eilish. That are anyway.
You've been to Coachella. How do you feel about Lady Gaga at this point?
How do I feel about it? In what sense?
So did you see anything from her Coachella performance?
No. I've only seen her perform one time, and it was great just because I was at the Sphere, and it was the U2 concert, and Bono brought Lady Gaga out, and they did two or three songs, and that was awesome. And Lady Gaga was amazing. So that's my experience with Lady Gaga.
So we can't talk about it until you watch any of the Coachella.
Well, you could tell me. I'll watch it later.
I've always felt this way, and I spent a lot.
What did she do? Hold on. Before you give your opinion, what did she do?
It was a fucking rock opera. It was a fucking musical on a stage, and it's costumes, and it's dance, and I don't think any of the songs sound that great. I love Lady Gaga, but it's just like...
That's how I felt about Beyonce the last Coachella I went to. It was a marching band and Beyonce, and I'm like, fuck, I don't give a... I mean, great for the marching band you get up there, but Beyonce to me is so talented that she does not need a marching band to engage a crowd.
Right.
Beyonce could come out there with literally the entire band and everything blacked out, her in a silver dress and a microphone, and blow your fucking mind. So
and Lady Gaga did a whole basically dive bar tour throughout the United States at one point with I think her album Joanna. It was a dive bar tour. She wasn't a big arena. It wasn't all these theatrics. She just went and she played instruments in these scrungy clothes at different dive bars across the United States. And that is when I love her the most. And I've always respected that. Or when she's drinking whiskey and playing the piano, playing poker face, just her and the piano.
Yeah, I dig that.
Drinking whiskey. For some reason, and I guess people love it, so I don't want to knock it, but it's just at some point, it doesn't sound catchy to me. It's all very... Whoa, and it's just so ugly to me. It's so ugly to me.
To play devil's advocate, is that something that maybe the diehard Lady Gaga fans are excited about in the sense where it's something that's so nuanced and different? Because, for example, me being, like a Foo Fighters or a U2 super fan, and if they came out and did an acoustic show or they did like a different version of this stuff, I'd be into it and I would dig it. It's not for everybody. Do you feel it was that, or was it really that far off?
It's her, I guess. It's her. I just think none of her stuff sounds unique
If she was
anymore.
wearing a meat dress, while she was doing it, would you have liked
and I
it?
still didn't even like that stuff when she was doing it. It's all just so much of a show instead of, I don't know. I don't know, when you really stand for being yourself, yet you aren't getting, I guess that's what I loved about that Joanna dive bar thing, that there was no fucking frills. There was no crazy, she was in these fucking torn up jeans and sloppy shirts and just herself on her instruments. And that to me shows really cool talent in who she really is. So when she does this crazy stuff and she has this like weird hair and she changes outfits every time and everything just looks so ugly. Like there's just nothing aesthetically pleasing about anything that she's doing. I just have a hard time with it, and then I'm not finding the music appealing, but everyone's loving it. So I don't want to talk a lot of shit, but it's too much.
I do love the fact that a video went viral of her sitting on the couch at In-N-Out Burger after her performance in like Palm Springs, and she's waiting for food. And it's like Lady Gaga's just sitting there with like a homie, and you can't miss her because she's dressed like a dominatrix at In-N-Out Burger. And she's just, nobody's fucking bothering her. She's just chilling, waiting for her burger. And I kind of love that. That was somewhat endearing. I think that is one distinction about Southern California. Even though people obviously get starstruck and all that, if that could never happen in, I don't know, Kansas City, Kansas. Like she walked into they don't have it In-N-Out, but if they had it In-N-Out, they would lose. Oh, don't look, it's sorry, well, it's Billie Eilish. She just
maybe it's a personal preference too. I feel like Abracadabra, the new song, Abracadabra, like I think that it would not have been a hit had there not been such a great publicity team that had pushed it into everybody's fucking feed, and all you heard every day for like a week, every time you got online was Abracadabra, was on fire, and seeing all these weird like fucking movements.
I love being my age because I don't pay attention to that shit.
But you had to have seen it.
I didn't. I heard her.
You've not seen it once.
Nope. I heard her on Howard Stern do Abracadabra on the piano, and it was fucking awesome. But it was literally just her playing it on the piano. Because I listen to Howard Stern as you know, I listen to Howard Stern all the time. So
I feel like there's a difference between good and just being drilled in your head.
Watch me go back, and now I'll notice it more, but just because I wasn't like present to it. Because the first time I heard that song was acoustic, just on the piano.
The first time I really heard Poker Face was acoustic too, by the way. So that's why I liked it. So maybe it's just a personal preference. I just also like music. If I want to go see a musical, I'll go to Broadway or I'll go to fucking Pantages and go see a musical. If I want to go see a concert with a musician, I will go and watch the musician and enjoy them playing live right in front of me and just being raw in there. If I want to go see a movie with theatrics, I'll go see a fucking movie. There's a part of me that doesn't. It just looks so crazy to me that I'm like, I'm not enjoying this. But
yeah, I mean, I figure also too now that I think about it, as much as you and I will participate with the boozy booze. If you're at Coachella, so many folks are on like mushrooms and this and that, and you gotta.
That's got to be a fucking trip.
That's got to be a trip to see, right? Because even Beyonce with her marching band and all that shit. If I would have been, I don't know, like high out of my mind, maybe that would have been more. Maybe that would have been like the wow factor would have been there, and everybody else would have just been like picking their nose, trying to get by.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't look great to me. And maybe my opinion is old. I'm old now, I guess. Because there's people that's
fuck you.
I'm old now. I'm all old and grouchy.
I'm not old.
Why can't Lady Gaga? She did a funny skit on
grouchy.
SNL, though. I don't know if you saw it.
No, I haven't seen it.
It was like last weekend or the weekend when she just hosted, and then she did a whole thing where she's Lady Gaga but 90 years old. And this guy is like, she's like, I did this song called like We're Born This Way, and she's an old lady. She's doing a really good job being this old lady, and the kid's like, I never heard of that song, lady. Don't know who you are. So that was good. I like the jokes making fun of
that
her.
happened to me last week.
Oh, no.
So one of the lovely things about being on, particularly I keep talking about the cruise because it's just fresh on my mind. I was just there. But I was on the MSA cruise, and I was on the inaugural, blah, blah, blah. And the first day of these things, the ship is at port for like a really long time, meaning people are like performers can come on board and not stay for the duration of the cruise, like jump off before the ship takes off. So, this true story, I am walking through, I say the lobby. This fucking ship is gigantic. It has like a mall in it. But I hear Mark Anthony like playing on the radio. And I'm like, oh man, it sounds so fucking good, blah, blah, blah. And then I hear it's like, oh no, I'm like, oh cool. No, there's like some, ¿cómo se llama? Some like actual drums playing. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. This fucking band sounds so great. As I'm walking to some other event that's happening on board. Fast forward, that was Mark Anthony who was performing on the ship. And I fucking missed it because I didn't know he was performing. So I get out of the elevator and I hear la 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 la, and I hear like all the I'm like, fuck, this band sounds so. Yeah, it was Mark Anthony because they paid Mark Anthony to be on fucking board. So anyway, I got to meet my childhood hero was Dan Marino. So Miami Dolphins Dan Marino. I got to go to an event with Dan Marino, a guy named Mark Duper who was one of his wide receivers when he was in the league, and then OJ McDuffie who was towards the end of Dan Marino's career. But that's not the point. Then at night they have like a special event for us, like a big, like a christening, and Orlando Bloom was there and Drew Barrymore. So if you ever saw the Super Bowl commercial with Drew Barrymore and Orlando Bloom, that's the ship that I was on. And they christened the boat, they named the boat, they did like a whole ceremony. Fast forward, concert by the poolside. I'm in the second fucking row, and Gloria Estefan, who is Cuban royalty. She's forget about Cuban royalty. At this point, she's won so many awards, had so many hits on. She's an icon. She's a diva. She's in that world. She's incredible. I get to see her perform, and there are some fucking people next to me who have no idea who she is.
No
idea who Gloria Estefan is.
I know who Gloria.
I know of
Gloria
course you
Estefan
know,
is.
because she's fucking famous as shit. Is she as famous as Beyonce? No. But she's super fucking famous. Like, find me a fucking quinceañera that hasn't played conga.
I couldn't do a Gloria Estefan song.
Come on, chica, do that conga. Come on now. Get on your feet.
What about Don't Break My... No, that's not.
That's not her. No, that's not her.
Who's that?
But
Is that Whitney?
She sang to me. I posted it on Instagram. There's a song called, I don't know what actually the name of the song is, but it has I think it might be called I Can't Stay Away From You, but there's a part where she goes, I can't stay away from you. And she pointed right at me in the second row. And I was like,
Did you
this
think
60-something-year-old woman made me, butterflies.
Oh.
I feel like you around Gerard Bertrand today, actually. He's 61.
No, it was Andreas.
Yeah, Megan is into.
You kept thinking I was
Viking.
talking about Gerard. I
No,
was
I know
not.
you. I know you weren't.
talking about Andreas.
I know, you know what it is?
Viking winemaker.
He's not a winemaker. He's a
less.
Viking sommelier.
Say less. He's a Viking sommelier.
Now, remember this moment because we may be having Andreas on the show.
Yeah,
and
everyone
I'm going to
remember
revisit
this.
I'm going to revisit this.
He's very handsome. He's giant. He's a giant man.
He's a big Viking.
He's Nordic. He has the accent, and he's a Viking. But he's a sommelier.
Yes, and Megan, you're about the size of the horn that the Vikings would be like.
I'm the size of the horn he would drink out of.
Yeah, basically.
In Viking language, I am a tall glass of water.
Yeah, actually, literally the size of a water glass he would drink is probably Megan's.
I'm a horn of water.
A horn of water. I like that. Yeah,
that's what I am.
Yeah, I think you should tattoo that on your leg. Horn of water.
Look him up. He doesn't have like the typical sommelier like headshot picture in the program. It's him with a cigar in his mouth.
He looks like a Viking. He looks like a Cuban Viking. Actually,
he looks down to earth. And then he also just said all these food pairings that I'm fucking dying listening to because that's what I'm really.
So
into.
she's referring to the tasting event we were just at.
Yeah, sorry if I skipped a step.
We sat down at a table with a bunch of wine glasses, and then we went through, learning about all the wines, and then every time we tasted a wine, Andreas, as sommelier, they would ask him kind of what would you pair with this, and he was coming up with super cool shit.
Oh my god, everything sounded great. Stuff that I wouldn't even think of. Putting a vanilla bean in butter and kind of cooking the vanilla bean in the butter, and then poaching a lobster with the vanilla bean butter. I was dying. That's what I want in my life. And not only do I want that, I want him in my life as well.
Yeah, it's always really fun to see when you walk in a room because Megan, as we know, is obsessed with Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
So I will go into a room, and I will see, I can't think of his name right now, from Top Gun, the guy, the blonde guy that all the girls like. I can't think of his name. Anyway, like that guy.
You'll see that guy.
Or Brad Pitt or something. And no. Megan's looking at Brad Pitt's assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who looks like Brad Pitt's assistant.
Unique characteristics is what I like to look at.
Yeah. Like he has summer teeth.
So the Nordic,
some are this way, some are that way.
The Nordic giant man he's very unique. Steve Buscemi's lots of unique characters.
But the Nordic guy had really nice teeth.
Oh yeah.
To give him credit, unlike Steve Buscemi.
I thought nobody was smiling in this wine event except for us. I looked around several times.
I think it's because all their teeth are red from all the wine. That's what I think it is.
Everyone takes life too seriously.
Agreed.
And this is supposed to be a nice, but also
Megan and I were
it.
cracking up the entire fucking time.
I was smiling. This is so great. This is amazing.
Yeah. And people were sitting there swishing wine and spitting it into fucking plastic, not whatever they were, carton cups.
And I'm just like, are you going to finish that?
Yeah. Can we just drink the slush that you have left over?
We're so lucky, and it's so cool to do that stuff. And everyone in those events, to me, always just looks so.
Well, I mean, to be fair, some of those folks had to go to the restaurant where they worked at today, so they probably weren't going to drink all that wine and try to get anything done in life.
Because I was like, this isn't a normal Tuesday, is it? At 11 o'clock, drinking a bunch of wine?
They weren't going to record a drinking podcast.
Oh, right. They didn't have the week off. I have a week off. Keep it a mystery what I do, but I have a week off. So this is a dream for me come true.
Megan, you're in Congress. That's why you have a week off. That's what it is.
And he's like, we should record today. And I'm like, no, I don't want this is my I want to not do anything that has obligations or work. And I was like, fuck it. We need to record. I don't have anything else to do. This is the perfect time to record. You're right, Eddie. Fuck you. Let's go.
It's kind of the perfect time to record. I'm gonna go peek over and make sure there's nobody shitting on the sidewalk.
My place, is on the way from the place we were at to your place in Pasadena. So it's like a midpoint. If I said no to this,
there's nobody shitting. There's an
waste.
Equinox in front of your place, and I was hoping that somebody would be pooing in front of Equinox. Of course, there's celebrities that go in there.
I didn't know about Equinox is a gym. Everybody.
It is a fancy gym.
A fancy, expensive gym.
It's a super yeah.
And
if you ever
across the street from me, I can see into it.
I don't understand why anybody gets those celebrity tour buses in LA to go see celebrity houses. Just come here for 3 days and get 3 day passes. Get 3 day passes to Equinox.
Done.
Go to 3 different Equinox, and you're gonna see more famous people than you driving in front of Lucille's Ball's house from 1965. It's really the way to go.
You said Lucille's balls.
You caught that?
Sure
you caught that? I like that.
Right?
She had a set of balls on her.
Her name is Lucille Ball.
She had a set of balls on her.
You pluralized her you ownershipped her and her balls.
Let's just say I respect the balls. Always.
Lucille's
her
balls.
Plural balls.
Is that a restaurant? That should
Lucille's
be a restaurant.
Balls. You know what? That'd be a great
Italian restaurant.
No, that'd be a great place to have quinceañeras. It's called Lucille's, and then you have Lucille's Balls Room, where you can have your quinceañeras party.
Lucille Ballroom.
Yeah, Lucille's Ball Room. Yeah, you see what I'm saying here? The chandeliers could look like chandeliers.
Was her husband Cuban?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, my dog Desi is named after her husband Desi Arnaz.
Her name wasn't a Cuban name. Lucille.
She wasn't Cuban. No.
No, but she didn't change her name. No. What was Desi's last name?
Arnaz. Yeah, Desi Arnaz.
But she didn't call herself Lucille.
I don't remember if she did because I know because her daughter is Lucy Arnaz and then her son is Desi Arnaz Jr.
Oh.
So,
but she might have just kept.
She kept Lucille Balls.
Lucille's balls.
I want to call her Lucille Huevos.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that name.
That would be my stripper name.
That would be the perfect stripper.
Lucille Huevos.
I would pay money to see you try to use a fucking stripper pole. I would just pay money for that. You know what? I think you should do an OnlyFans of you trying to figure out how to use a stripper pole.
How does this work?
Bagada, just fucking busting your ass. But then you could evolve. You could be like Baby in Dirty Dancing, where she doesn't get the rhythm at first, she falls off the pole.
And then the pole lifts me up?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Mind reader. Hashtag mind reader.
Just like slowly. Till I reach heaven and I'm dead. Megan?
Megan, are you there?
Megan?
Megan, can you hear me?
I had the time of my life.
Dude, you know the funniest part is, if you're so inspired and you're a fan of Dirty Dancing, so that movie was shot in North Carolina, and go and look up a before and after picture of the lake or the pond where they do that scene where they're practicing, and and Jennifer Grey runs up to Patrick Swayze and like they do the thing, whatever. She's like doing the horizontal fucking time of my life thing. And now it looks like a fucking nuclear apocalypse.
Oh no.
That
was
lake
it from the movie?
Yeah, that lake was drained. I don't know what happened there, but it dried out. So it's like a dry patch of like tall grass.
Oh no.
It looks like a fucking, I guess it wouldn't be a nuclear
I
apocalypse.
wish someone would do a video like that where they're going through the tall grass.
Somebody has to have done that by now. I had to. If not, Megan, get your flight. You still have a few days left in the week that you're off.
My week off.
Imagine tomorrow you're like, hey guys, I'm in Charlotte.
If you don't know what I do by now, you're fucking stupid.
Don't insult the intelligence of the audience.
I raise half of those intelligence audiences. Hold on.
Wait.
I educate? No,
no.
Don't do that.
No, you don't do that.
I drink rum.
That's right. Cheers. Hold on. Clink,
Hit
clink.
me, boss.
Hit me with your best shot.
Hit me with Bacardi. Fire away.
There you go. There was like the quiet moment of, hold on, let me give the little ASMR.
ASMR. Hit me with your best shot.
So nice.
If no one sponsors us after that, we should quit. We're done.
It is so nice.
We are done. We quit.
It is so nice.
Yeah. he did that for the show.
I did that for the show. I'm like, let me pour half of this back into your glass, Megan Elizabeth. Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, this matches your socks.
Oh.
Because you got me these.
I did get you those socks.
They were for my hair. I'm curling my hair with socks
now. So I got Megan these. They're fucking cute as shit.
They're wiener dog socks.
I got her Dotson wiener dog socks.
And in Eddie's nice outfit at the wine event.
I'm wearing pug socks right now.
Wearing pug socks.
But my pug is, what is it called? Dapping, where they like, where's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, my
dabbing. It's dabbing.
Sorry, not dabbing. Dabbing. Yeah, I have a pug dabbing socks on,
which doesn't match the event or the outfit.
That's why I rock them, Megan.
Mind you, I'm wearing.
Oh my gosh, I have a new idea. We need socks that are for drinking events where it's like somebody over the toilet with their hair being held, like vomiting in the toilet socks. We need like somebody vomiting into a dumpster socks. We need somebody.
Can we brand them with Kill the Bottle?
Yes. We need people puking on the sidewalk socks.
Oh my God. Are these able to be designed and made?
Yeah. I happen to know somebody who lives in my house who's a designer that could totally do
I have a video of me drunk, like I have fallen off a skateboard, but I'm just like on the ground. Skateboard's on its side.
She looks like the PlayStation 2 Tony Hawk skater on the floor after fucking eating it.
Oh, that makes me want to play that game.
Yeah, you could.
I don't have a PlayStation 2.
They may have it on like Xbox Marketplace. You might find the old Tony Hawk skater on there.
Wow, I missed that.
I know. It's
all I want. Or was that Crazy Taxi? All the Offspring songs. On
all right. Let's see. Favorite video game all time. Do you have
all time?
Okay, fuck that. Favorite arcade game that you maybe got to play at like the Galaga?
All the time. Because I got it so we could USB it into my TV. I got a little Galaga Mini.
Galaga's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm. So I'm really good at it.
I used to love the Ninja Turtles. I used to have a
bubble hockey table from arcades. My dad got us a bubble hockey table.
Oh, those are fun. Yeah.
And then we also had a pinball machine, so I was really good at that.
Oh man, I was so mad. I was on the ship, and they had like a bunch of arcades on board. But they have this one spot, I guess because it's Italian, but this cruise line's known for how good their pizza is. So you like walk around the ship, and every buffet they have like badass Italian pizza ovens everywhere, and the pizza's just fucking tasty as fuck, like everywhere. So I'm at the pizza spot, and I noticed they had a James Bond pinball machine. And I got so fucking excited. It had Sean Connery on it, like from Russia with Love, holding the gun. I was like, oh my God, it's amazing. And I had never put my credit card in the thing, so I couldn't get it to fucking work. Because I had never logged in my credit card, because this was like a trip that I was invited on. So It's just I didn't put my credit because I didn't buy anything on board. Everything was kind of included. So I'm like, fucking Greg. I was like, I want to play James Bond from Russia with Love.
Play James Bond.
And it looked like the coolest. It had the Aston Martin, the James Bond car. It had all this. Pinball machines are so fucking cool.
Oh, they're fun.
Oh my gosh, they're so fun.
When you play them enough and you know the ins and outs and what you have to hit, and if you get really good playing one, they can be very good. They can be very fun.
I was obsessed with Double Dragon at the arcade when I was a kid.
Double Dragon, I don't know.
Double Dragon was like the first, before Street Fighter, before everything. It was a side-scrolling action game, but it was a fighting game. It was 2-player, and it wasn't like Street Fighter where you fought against somebody else. You fought against like the computer, the bots or whatever, and you're going through a storyline like they take your girlfriend, and you and your friend are going to karate-size all these fuckers like throughout the game. Anyway, I was obsessed with that obsessed with it. I think I was trying to figure out what my favorite game is of all time. And I can't figure it out. I would say like every Zelda game is probably like my favorite games of all time. But there's only been one game ever where I bought consoles just so I could play this game. Because it was only licensed to one particular company for a long time. And that was MLB The Show. Like the John Madden football of baseball is MLB The Show. And it used to only be on Sony. So I would buy every fucking PlayStation just so that I could buy the Major League Baseball game and play the season every year with the Marlins. Then they lost the license, and now if you have an Xbox, you can get it. But for years, that's why I don't own a PlayStation 5, but I own PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4. Was literally so I could play MLB The Show.
Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of my favorite game. And then Call of Duty Warzone. I play that shit.
Call of Duty is...
I get antsy because I want to get home and play it.
It's so easy to play. Like,
Which
not
one?
easy to play, just good to play. Call of Duty, any Call of Duty.
It's so addictive. Like, I have my homies that play on there. It's fun to just, like I don't know, kill other people.
Story games. Like Skyrim, Elder Scrolls.
Those are great.
Red Dead Redemptions.
I beat one.
GTA. And then that backtracks to, like, the first video game I ever played, which was... I think it was the 007 on the N64.
Oh, GoldenEye? Oh, that game was incredible.
And
we used to have GoldenEye
Mario
parties
on those, where it was the castle, and it was basically you for the first time in anyone's life having a character and controlling a character.
Yeah.
And going, and you don't have to, like, follow a certain path. It's you exploring things.
Well, that's how Zelda was, and there was an open world. You know, is what they were referred to.
And I never played Zelda, but I knew it was like that. And then Sims became a very big addiction for me. Sims, building houses, watching them raise kids and choose jobs and go to college and, like, have finances, and then the cheat codes for all of it, and, like... Yeah, like I love games.
I would say, like, as much as I love video games, if there was one thing that I could black out of my mind and my memory, it would be ever liking video games, because I almost feel like I could have gotten so much more done in life.
Oh no, I
if
never
I didn't
feel that way.
When I looked at the amount of hours,
so much joy.
Megan,
it brings so much joy.
If you saw my scoreboard on Call of Duty for the amount of years that I've played, I have played Call of Duty over 100 days of my life.
Well, then get on Twitch and start making it back, you fucker.
I know. I just
make use of it. I feel like it just brings you so much joy. And
I love playing Call of Duty.
I'm not married. I don't have kids. I'm alone. So a lot of those games, I could sit that's my day off.
There's community.
That you could do that, but that's also just my day off. I can sit and make popcorn and ice cream and drink and play my games. No one fucking bothers me, and I can do these long stories. And it really is like a true day of bliss.
I agree. No, I agree with you. There's something. For the generation that loves movies and loves storytelling, when a video game tells a really great story, like I just played
it's not completely impossible.
Well, the new Indiana Jones game, The Great Circle, I beat it already.
Okay. It's good?
It is on another level good.
Like Tomb Raider good? Because I love Tomb Raider.
I think it's better than Tomb Raider.
Okay.
But I'm also, remember, I'm older than you. I went to see Indiana Jones in the movie theater.
Yeah.
I went to see it.
Indiana Jones is a big deal.
I've seen every Indiana Jones movie in the movie theater. The voiceover actor sounds exactly like Harrison Ford.
It's not Harrison Ford?
Nope. And it's his likeness. It's done so well, and the graphics have gotten so good that you really feel immersed into Indiana Jones world. So I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking beautiful. I'm
ready for a good game.
It took me 3 weeks to beat it. You have it. It was like it. It's fucking
Maybe you
awesome.
do play too much.
I played that game. Probably no. I did play that game. The longest I played it in one shot was like 4.5 hours.
Oh, okay. I could easily do a 12-hour.
So we're talking about open world. I'll give you just a brief example.
Love open world stuff.
There's levels in that game that take place in the Vatican, and you have this open world of the Vatican, and there's 30 different ways to complete a story, but so it makes me want to go back and play it again and try to figure out the other ways that I could have done the same thing I did before. So now
you just reminded me 30 other ways to complete the story. Black Mirror just came out.
What's that?
Black Mirror on Netflix.
Black Mirror.
Yes.
I thought you said Blackbeard.
Not the game,
Sorry.
but you just reminded me.
Oh, it just launched. There's
a new season.
You know what's thrown me off on that show? I'm not gonna lie. So my favorite episode, because I've only seen maybe like 6 or 7 to be real, the Jesse Plemons episode where he keeps people. Well, I don't want to give it away, but he's just a video game nerd. Speaking of video games,
there's a lot of video game things on that.
Is it really? Okay, so but
but not the new one. I haven't seen the new one.
The Jesse Plemons episode, who is married to Kirsten Dunst, fucking great actor. He's so good on the episode that I saw. And actually, I think that show, but I did see a few dud episodes that I'm like, I don't fucking care about this episode. Why am I watching it?
Really?
Yeah.
Black Mirror always fucks with me. I like it a lot.
The Studio on Apple Plus is one of fucking funnest shows.
And if you think it's an exaggerated version of LA, it's not. It's not. Very similar to how things work out here.
And I did start the new season of Hacks last night. It is so good.
And Handmaid's Tale's now out.
I can't watch it for a second.
I can't watch. It's one of those shows I can't fucking sit there on edge and wait for the next week.
It's very depressing for me too.
So yeah, I have to wait until there's more in the
I'm gonna wait until 2 weeks before the finale of Handmaid's Tale.
Severance, that will fuck you up too.
Yeah.
It will fuck everybody up. It's already fucked people up. And I don't want to hear anything about White Lotus because I haven't seen one episode, and apparently the finale of the whole thing is fucked up. So.
But that's everything about White Lotus. That's why I tell anybody, don't fucking watch White Lotus until 4 days before the finale and just watch everything. Because there's only like 8 episodes.
I'm gonna have to binge. Well, I have to binge all of it now, which is fine. But
you can do it in like 2 or 3 nights. Just crank out
it. I don't want to see it online. People spoiler all
People
the
are
time.
fucking idiots.
Ugh.
It drives me insane. It drives me bonkers.
I have so much good television to catch up on. And then I was on The Pit. That's on HBO Max right now.
Oh, okay.
I was on it. It was. I didn't do anything wrong. It was a shitty situation. And a lot of people, when they told us that we'd be solidly working for a long time because it's one day in the ER, they're like, it's one day in the ER, so we need you guys every week. So we cleared our schedules and we were going to do the show.
So all 10 episodes is the same day?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
15 episodes. It's 15 hours in the ER.
So it's like 24, but 15.
Yes, 15.
Got it.
And they tell
I want Kiefer Sutherland to come on that show. Boop, 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 boop. But it's literally just the flat line. Anyway, sorry.
But they told us, at the beginning, they're like, you're going to be here we need you. And so people cleared their schedule and they're like, absolutely, this is great. We have a solid job. And then after the first episode, they let half the staff go with no warning, with no explanation.
And then they want loyalty.
We still had I had my shoe insoles in my prop shoes.
That's probably why you broke your ankle.
Yeah, I don't have I had everything. I had a corner set up. I had an office basically at this place, and they did that without warning. So there's a bitter part of me that says fuck you, The Pit, but everyone, including my parents, says it's really good. So watch it.
Do you have a The Pit's a perfect example for me is a genre thing where I don't give a shit about medical shows. I never watched ER. I watched one episode and I'm like, this is not for me.
Grey's Anatomy, same thing.
Same thing. What's the name of the show with Hugh Laurie on it?
I loved House because it was more of a mystery.
I saw an episode because I had a friend on it, and it was good, but it's also the hospital backstory or background of it doesn't. The only show that I ever watched that had a hospital that I liked, but it wasn't even about hospital, was Nurse Jackie, but it was more about addiction than anything else.
Of course you would.
I liked that show, but I thought that show was brilliant.
I liked House because it was also about addiction, but it was a mystery. And then there was, once in a while in your lives, you will run across a show or a podcast or something that will scar you, that you will have dreams about.
Sorry if we've scarred you.
Yeah, you will have dreams about, you have nightmares
Dream about this voice.
And there's one House episode towards the end where he is in a bus accident, and in the end, it's a big mystery. He knows that someone's hurt because he saw someone on the bus that he saw she has kidney disease with whatever they talked about, but he goes through this bus accident. He cannot remember it. And so it's a whole episode of...
Is it House that can't remember it?
Yeah.
Or, oh, he does.
And
Okay.
he's going nuts, and you're just like... And it's a big bus accident, so the hospital's crazy. And in the very end, spoiler alert, like he knows the girl, and they finally figure out, and it's the girlfriend of a very close friend of his. And then you have to watch her die because they had to put her on dialysis because her kidney was failing, and she went through this accident.
Wow.
And it was one of those just like...
And you're gone.
Watching her die, and you're watching him come up, and there's episodes of shows like that will forever scar me. There was one on Nip Tuck where
I loved Nip Tuck. I loved Nip Tuck when it was still in Miami. Once they moved to L.A., even though the whole show was shot in L.A.
might have been in L.A.
Okay,
but it's when they take the homeless guy and they treat him really nicely, but then they steal all his organs, and it was scarring. It was a Christmas episode.
I mean, gifts for everyone.
I will never...
So much under the tree.
It scarred me. So there's episodes in everyone's lives. I wish people would message them into us to see if we know them that will scar you forever, that I will never forget, because it was like... I still think about them.
Well, for me, it was an episode, it was a movie. It was a Neverending Story with the horse. When that fucking horse is in the quicksand. That is like the saddest thing ever. See,
I was hoping for something a little deeper, but that's fine. That's good. I get.
It was super deep. That horse was important in the story.
The horse went deep.
Yeah, yeah, big time.
We were super deep.
He went super
under.
Yeah, yeah. That horse
the worst
went.
Friend ever. Fuck you and your horse.
Fuck you and the horse you came in on. That drowned.
Can you name this episode that? Fuck you and the horse.
F asterisk and the horse you came in on. Yeah. It's like in the story. I'll be like,
oh my
listen,
God, if people
all
can
the
message us episodes that scarred them, I would love to read them.
I want to know. Yeah, can you please let us know episodes
or video games you love?
Video games, any of the things that like scar you or you love that scar you.
Fucking the one
dude,
that you know what
scarred me?
The horse.
But you know what? Speaking of a video game that fucking scarred me, Nintendo NES Ninja Gaiden. Or the Ninja Turtles game, the original Nintendo versions of those two games.
What happened?
Ninja Turtles was like a game for like or a TV show for like little kids. Yeah. The game comes out and you have to be an MIT graduate to beat that fucking game. It was so hard. Like Megan, I was like 12 years old and I was like, I'm gonna play the Ninja Turtles, cowabunga, dude. You
couldn't get past the first level.
No. You gave up on it. My parents, and I was like, fuck, my poor parents spent $50 on this shit.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And you didn't have like Google where you could Google cheats and try to get past it. You don't understand.
I used to get, that is something that I would get so sentimental about because I knew how hard my parents worked, right? And when my parents would spend money or buy something for me that I would neglect because it was too hard or it sucked and I thought it was going to be awesome, I would cry about it. I would sit there and have I wouldn't sit there and cry forever.
You should sue them.
But
now.
I would.
I think that's scarring.
Nintendo, your Power Glove. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
My dad probably waited in line at Lionel Playworld forever in fucking Westchester for my Miami people so that I could get the Power Glove. And there was no power in the fucking Power Glove. It was the biggest piece of shit.
Do you think it was like a glitch in the video game?
No, the device was a piece of shit. I almost wonder if there's like a whack-off society with the Power Glove now of like you know what I mean? A masturbatory Power Glove society.
That's a lot of.
They're probably all in Hollywood. They're probably in that building, like right there, Megan, that we're staring at. Those balconies have Power Glove whack-off societies.
I can see them from my window.
Yeah,
I'll let you know.
By the way, before we end the show, there's a jail in downtown Miami. It's the jail. It's the jail in downtown Miami. It overlooks like a high-end apartment building.
Oh, good.
So there'll be all these like hot chicks at the pool, and you look. I swear to God,
that's fucking stupid.
The Miami people who listen to this know because you've seen this on like Only in Date. The guys in the jail are across the street, and they're like in front of the windows, and they're all like cheering, and it'll be a girl in a thong. Even the jail in Miami is the most Miami shit you ever saw.
Miami.
It's a train wreck. And before Megan and I get into a train wreck here, we are gonna talk to you next week. You like that cadence? Kill the Bottle podcast, guys. We're having so much fun doing this. This is the first time that I've seen Megan in a few weeks, so I'm really excited to see her, and I hope
in my new place.
And I got to see her new place. And I really hope that you all feel the energy. Megan sounds like an old you can tell her mom was in town. Because all of a sudden she's like, oh, I feel like this opens. Should I vacuum this? Does this fit in the cupboard? Kill the Bottle Podcast. Let us know your traumatic TV, movies. Let us know the favorite video games you've ever had. Also, just please, if you have a second, like, subscribe, rate. And review. What is it, Megan? What do we do?
Rate with the T.
Rate, not rape. Rate
do not rape
and
us.
Review. The only raping and pillaging is from a Viking sommelier that Megan is going to have.
And I'm going to throw this out there for the universe because I don't care anymore. There's a bartender over at Elbow Room named Jason, and he has a girlfriend. But if he ever breaks up with his girlfriend, he is allowed to do whatever he wants to me.
So before we turn into a train wreck and a home wreck, we'll say bye to that and cheers with a little Bacardi Ocho Sevilla cast. See you guys next week. Kill the Bottle Podcast.